Happy Saturday to you guys. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? There we go. Got a couple of already got some messages to get a jump on. Everything's stable, everything looking good right now. Looks like it. And we're on the right scene this time. All right, we're good. We got to start off here with Gabriel Silva. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Let me know if you have any issues with anything, and I hope to scare you away. What's up, Christian? Hope the stream goes well and smoothly. I hope to watch the end of the stream. At the end, what's your favorite Batman the Animated Series episodes? That mine is Cool as Ice, the Mr. Freeze episode. I mean, honestly, really any of the Mr. Freeze episodes are some of my favorite. I really like the Baby Doll episode as well. I don't know, man. There's some really solid ones. Like, it's been a long time since I've watched the show, so a lot of it's not fresh in my mind, but those were ones that really stood out to me. And also the one where Harley chooses to leave the Joker and she's starting to kind of turn around, but then she ends up kind of going back, you know, finally kind of showing her challenge, her introduction, her relationship with the Joker. That whole episode was really well done. That sadness that Batman feels when she ends up going back. I don't know. It was just, there's a lot of really powerful things in there like that. That's one that definitely just automatically stands out as well. Yeah, I don't know. I'd agree with the Mr. Freeze episodes just because those were, I mean, what they did for that character was like astounding. And then in general, that Harley Quinn episode I really liked. What's up, O'Reilly? What's up? You're alive. You are indeed. Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 getting a lot of backlash for the weird decision making. Really hope Part 2 and 3 is much better. I haven't seen any backlash. I don't know what backlash we're referring to. I don't know what weird decision making we're getting. The only thing that I bumped into was that Johnny and Daniel got into a little tiff at the end of it again over kind of similar stuff. Other than that, I honestly haven't seen any backlash about it. So I'm curious what you've seen. Speaking of Cobra Kai, I immediately thought Tori was going to go bloop, 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 while being silent over her mom's death. I wasn't concerned about that. I just wasn't sure where that was going to happen. I think that had crossed my mind, but I didn't really take it all that seriously when it popped into my head. I just didn't think that was going to be the route that they were going to go with that. It's definitely not something that the writers, I believe, would tackle at all for our main characters. At least that's all they've said. But yeah, I know. Because I know a grieving family member who can contemplate bleep bloop when their parents or friends die or pass away. No, I definitely, yeah, it definitely would be a thought that I'm sure that would cross somebody's mind given the situation in any real life scenario. But as far as what the writers' plans are, I don't think that's in the cards at all, knowing the guys behind the show. So, I never really put any serious thought into that. Not gonna lie, Tori scared the shit out of me. Yeah, you're not wrong. Still no Hello Fridays. I mean, we can't really put it back on track when we're reliant on the release of new episodes themselves. I mean, we should have a new short, shortly, some point. How the last one came out, on like a Monday or Tuesday? And then, no, it was a Wednesday. It came out on a Wednesday. The one before that came out on a Saturday. So yeah, it's just, we're at the mercy of Spindlehorse and when they can get these things out. Because I keep checking, man. There's still nothing new yet. But yeah. I do miss it though. I really do. That 90s show got so much better since part 1. Oh my god, part 2 was very funny, but part 3 was actually very good. I'm still working through it. Things have gotten a little sluggish on my end, just with a bunch of stuff going on, so I haven't been able to plow through it like I would like to. As far as like recording ahead, I'm only on episode 5 at the moment, so I'm only like 2 episodes ahead of what's on the channel right now, so a little sad, a little sad. Let's see. Sometimes I forget that 90s show is taking place in the 90s, and then I remember it's with the references. I mean, it's kind of the same way with the... Well, outside of... It's a little harder with the 90s because the dress isn't as defined. Like, if you're... Like, sure, the 90s has some pretty iconic styles, but when you're just looking at like, the way kids dress, it's very... It's not all that different from today, outside of a couple of choices. So it's harder to notice it until a reference pops up. That 70s show, people were dressing like they were in the 70s. It was a lot more clear, except for Hyde. Hyde always kind of dressed like hell, like I still kind of dress most days. But yeah, like Eric and Kelso and the gang, it was mostly noticeable with the guys, like with Kelso and Michael, that was same person. Kelso and Eric, it was a little more noticeable, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I feel you there. I feel you there. What's up, Amelia? Hey, Omni, love your channel. You should do a movie reaction to Hundreds of Beavers. The funniest, weirdest, most creative film of 2024. I have never heard of that in my life. So, maybe I'll look into it. I know as far as movie reactions go, I'm a little backed up on things I need to catch up on. So maybe I'll look into it and add that into the mix. We'll see. Crazy that so far there are 4 people involved in Matthew Perry's death. Yeah, all the stuff that just came out about that, in the last week or so, is crazy. Like, I mean, it's not surprising, it's sad, is what it is. And I understand where some people are going. Well, it's like, well, he took it, blah, 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 blaming the addict and all this kind of stuff when he had all these people that were just taking advantage of him. It's hard, like, sure, there's some responsibility that's going to be there, but there was a cabal of people trying to ensure that they keep this game going, and that's so fucked. And I'm not surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised to know that there's like hundreds of more people just like that in the industry in that direction, man. Good evening, Omni from humid UK. How humid is it over there right now? I loathe humidity, man. Even if it is like good for, you know, sinuses and all that kind of shit, like, I don't know, and, you know, not drying out your skin or whatever. I just don't like the feeling when it gets too intense. What's up, Dr. Kaylee? How are you doing? Kelly. What's up, Dirty Artist? How are you? What's up, Biscuit Queen? How's the week been going? It's been going pretty good. It hasn't been too terrible of a week. Still got to figure out my sleep schedule, but that seems to be just the life I'm living at the moment. What's up, Logan? What's up, Renan? Favorite candy bar? Candy bar would probably be... Maybe... I always forget which is which when this question comes up. I don't remember. Like, cause some of them just like, I can never remember which one is which. And I want to say either a Twix or Snickers or Milky Way. But I know one of them I don't necessarily care for, but I don't remember which one is which. I just know I usually just grab them out of a bag and just go to town because it's usually assorted. I know I don't really buy candy, but those are the ones that I... Okay, Snickers has the nuts, so it's definitely not Snickers then, because it's probably either Twix or Milky Way then. Because from the outside looking in, they all look the same to me. What's up, Night Hoof? You should react to murder drones. The series just ended. Oh, it's over already? How many episodes did it end with? So it's done. Like, it's not like the season just ended. The show is over. Really? Huh. I mean, I was still contemplating it, but whenever I haven't figured out when I was going to get around to it, though. What's up, Ginger? Hope you're having a good weekend. It's been pretty okay so far. I've got a lot of catching up to do. Yep, it's the Milky Way then. No biscuit, no nuts, all squishy nougat covered in chocolate. Yeah, it's the Milky Way then. I do like Twix though. I do like the little biscuit in the center. It's just, yeah, it's the Snickers then that I'm not a huge fan of because of just the texturing inside with the nuts. I do remember that. So yeah, thank you, Candy Bar Experts. Firefly, what's up? How are you? Horse lovers here. Happy Saturday. And I know that there's 8 episodes current, but is that meant to be like, there will never be a new episode, is what I'm asking. New One Piece casting has me way more excited. Which one? I've been seeing it in my feed, like all the people they've been cast. Though I will say there's been a couple of names that have come across as far as characters that I haven't seen yet. So, which is interesting. I don't know how far they're going to go. But then again, like with season 1, they remixed a lot of stuff from all over the place. Like, I don't know. How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm going to throw that right back at you, Firefly. Yes, the Vivi and Cobra one. Yeah, I did see that, and I am pretty hyped up about those choices. What's one thing you would change about a specific character in that 90s show? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I would change. Like, there's not like anything about any of them that. Well, okay. I would like, and again, you would have to spin this in one way, and they did it in that 70s show, and you could play it as a gag as well, but I don't know how that gag would play these days. But if, obviously there's a lot of baggage around this as well, but I would have liked if her trucker dad, if Gwen's trucker dad was Hyde, and we just never saw it. I was just watching back-to-back Hugh and Ryan interviews before this. Their interviews are so fun to watch. They are adorable, man. What's up, Jazzy? How's the cute, adorable kitties? They're all doing good. Their mother, or if we're talking about the new batch, the ones we just saved a few weeks ago, they're all healthy. They're all doing fine. They get out. We let them out and run around and play and all that. The mother is she's had a little bit of a fever. She's been a little lethargic these last 2 days. I just took her to the vet today. Got her some fluids and some antibiotics. They said overall she seems fine, but maybe it's just stress or she's got an infection we can't quite see, but she did have a fever, so we're working on that, just keeping an eye on her. Since they gave her the fluids and some medicine, she's been a little perked up, which is good, but she's had 2 back-to-back pregnancies, so I'm not surprised if she's just completely drained. Good afternoon, and man, that ancient Inhuman, and definitely is Inhuman looking, like the little larva. Yeah, like that. That's an evolution you'd be really upset to receive, I would assume. Now, I wonder, does your host have to be dead in order for him to inhabit them? That's a thought that's just recently crossed my mind, or can they inhabit living hosts? But we'll find out. What's up, Adit? Hope everyone is doing well as things in my country progressively get shittier. I hope we can give you a little bit of a reprieve, and I'm sorry to hear that, man. I really, really am. People did not like the fight scenes, and Kenny being treated like shit, no pun intended. The Kenny thing, I think there's a valid argument for. Like, I think we all know he deserves to be on that team as if we're talking purely skill, but I think as far as his character, he shouldn't be going. I feel like he needs to be held back. However, I think he's going to be one of the two people we did not see show up on the Cobra Kai side. That's my guess. But as far as people didn't like the fight scenes, I have heard absolutely nothing like that. I thought all of the fight scenes in this season so far were fucking awesome. Like, my favorite one, if it wasn't the fight in the frat house, would be the one between Robbie and Miguel, because that is the most real looking sparring match I've ever seen, barring the one full-on flip that was done in that fight. In your bottoms reaction, when you looked up the director, you mentioned Shiva Baby. Rachel Sennott also stars as the lead in that. Yeah, I didn't realize, because I didn't look at the cast names, I didn't realize that it was Rachel Sennott was also the writer on these things, man. That's so impressive that she was in it and wrote the damn thing. So yeah, maybe I have to dive into a little bit more of that filmography eventually. What's up, Angar? Hope you're well. Hope your day is going awesome. I have a question. Do you think Charlie and Octavia know each other or spend a little time together as children? I mean, I highly doubt it. Octavia seems like she's the person that, I mean, if they were younger, if they met younger, Charlie would have definitely kept in touch. I don't think she would be the person to like just cut ties or anything like that. So I highly doubt that they ever interacted. Because even though the Goetia and the Sins are roughly interconnected and intertwined a little bit, I don't know if it's enough so, especially considering Lucifer was very hands-off for a majority of his time ruling. I don't think Charlie would have been in and around any of that, but who knows? Have I seen the trailer for the movie The Last Front with Ian Glenn? No, this is the first I'm hearing of it. Been a long time. Hope you're doing well. Love your Batman shirt. Well, thank you. Welcome back as well. What's up, Lunar Mist? So I finally watched Cape Crusader, and my review is, it's fine. It's no X-Men 97, but some of the changes didn't make sense to me, like Harvey being an asshat the whole time. I mean, it doesn't need to make sense. I mean, it makes sense for the character. I mean, I think I have a pretty strong argument for it. It's something I've talked about in the Harley Quinn series before. And yeah, it's no X-Men 97. It's not an action 90s romp. It's a serious, character-driven little noir story. They're not comparable in any way, shape, or form. I've seen people throw that around. It's fine, it's no X-Men 97, like that exact wording. And I just think that's silly. No offense, but I think that's a silly comparison to make. The Harley thing is my favorite thing that they did in the entire show, though. I've been really, really, really wanting that. Do you think that we see Betsy Kelso again in possible part 4 of that 90s show? I mean, I would assume so. I would assume we would see some of these characters recur. But I don't know. Again, I've only seen up to episode 5, so I don't know how recurring she is, even though she has kind of become a little recurring by the point that I'm at. That Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode was insane. I miss Rosalind, and I miss Coulson being happy. Well, that tells me that he doesn't get happy after that. Or not. You know, I agree, though. I'm just teasing. What's up, Daywalker? How do you like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. so far? It is impressive how well this show is written, paced, and all that kind of stuff. You know, we're on the 3rd season, and it hasn't lost any steam yet, by my counts. You know, I'm curious to see, because even like with shows like Arrow and The Flash, they started to struggle around the 3rd and 4th seasons. So I'm kind of I'm just generally impressed. So I'm wondering to see how things fare. Like, does this fall prey to the same season 4 curse, or if, like, I've heard the show just keeps getting better. But again, I know that everybody has their biases, and in hindsight, everything's fantastic sometimes, but I want to see for myself, because right now it's just the show is full steam ahead, and I love it. However, I will say it is way more, like, there's way more connectivity from episode to episode than even in any of those shows, which is the impressive bit. Like, because there are more Monster of the Week, Villain of the Week, standalone episodes where it's just about whatever the hell's going on that week. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has had one episode like that, and it still managed to kind of thread into some of the other B plots or A plots that have been going on. So, like, even so, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hasn't really had any episode like that. And that's impressive to me, that they haven't had any moments like that. People have been saying we're getting a new short this month. Is that confirmed? As far as I've seen and heard, we're supposed to get 3 shorts for the 3 months between the last episode and the next episode. So we got the one, and it was like the last day of the month. So I mean, where that information came from, I don't know, but we'll see. That is what I have heard, that there are 3 shorts to hold us over until the new episode comes out, because the shorts are all done by a different team than the ones that work on the main episode. So again, it's fine, but the next Batman the Animated Series, it is not. Yeah, I mean, that's again, I don't know if that's a fair comparison, because there's a lot baked into that. There's a lot of history and time baked into that. But yeah, I mean, there's not enough development for the amount of time that we had, I think. But there's a lot of groundwork that was laid there that I was really fascinated by. But it's got a lot of the same DNA. I mean, it's the same guy. It's the same creative team. It's the same creator. It's the same art designer for the show. And a lot of that shows in it. Like, I don't know. This is what he wanted to do in the 90s, but they wouldn't let him do. And I think there have been some constraints on there before, but I don't know. We'll see. Been hearing lots of amazing things about Cobra Kai, and loving the originals makes me very interested, so I'll be checking that out soon for sure. I'm almost done with Narcos Mexico. You got a part 2 here, and man, is that show stellar. I mean, just top tier. The first part, Narcos, and the show Narcos Mexico, just chef's kiss. I've heard really good stuff about both of those shows, and I would like to watch them one of these days, because there's a lot of people that I really like that are in both of those shows. So who knows? We'll see if there's ever time. But yeah, if you love Karate Kid, Cobra Kai will make you love them more, because it makes the movies so much better. If you could get a childhood cartoon or show or movie and have a modern adaptation with Darkwing Duck. I'm still waiting. One was confirmed. One was confirmed and announced like 4 years ago now, and we've heard absolutely nothing since. As things get bad, I decided to watch The Mummy 1999 and Returns. No matter how bad things are, they always bring this stupid ear-to-ear smile on my face. So if I talk about it a lot, heads up. Dude, I can, if I see The Mummy on, I will definitely flip it on and keep it on. I love The Mummy, the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, both 99 and Return. Not so much the third one, but to be fair, I haven't watched it since I think the first time I watched it. But I've seen the first Mummy and the second many times. But they are fantastic movies. What'd you think when you saw Bloodwork from Flash was cast for One Piece? I got a little perked up. Sindhil Ramamurthy? Hell yeah. I mean, he was in, obviously most people were introduced to him for the first time, I think, through Heroes. I never watched Heroes, so I missed out on that train. But a lot of us here on the channel know him from The Flash, as Bloodwork. And Then he was also a few voices in a couple of shows. I know he's in Legend of Vox Machina, which was very, almost like he got typecast after the Flash in that, because it was almost the same character, but a different, instead of being, obviously a blood metahuman, he was a dark fae or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it, because one, based on the casting, he shouldn't be a bad guy, which will be interesting. Love The Mummy, great movie, agree. Let's see. Anyways, see you next time. Just wanted to ask some questions and stop by. God bless you. Goodbye. Bless you as well. Take it easy, O'Reilly. I'm glad you could at least stop in if you couldn't, even if you couldn't stay. Would you want to see a live action? No. Powerpuff Girls, if it was ever made. Would I watch it? Sure, probably just out of curiosity. But I wouldn't want to watch it. I wouldn't want one to exist. Let's go with that. I know I'm not a Patreon member, but hugely joyful to me if you would react to The Mummy, at least a movie that you can react to in the future. See, this is the thing though, like with movies I've seen a bunch, and I know that there are reactors that have watched or done commentaries for movies they've already seen. I just don't know if that's, I don't know. I just don't know what the reaction would be to putting out a video like that personally. Because a lot of people want that initial reaction, that, oh, he's watching this for the first time, not knowing what's going to happen. But like some of these movies, like I know beat for beat what is going to happen. In some movies, word for word, what will be said, but I don't know. Actually, one more thing. Hollywood is dead. It's now Holly Weird. I mean, people have been saying that shit for a long time. Long time. But as we dive further into the future and more of these studios start to get more and more greedy and less about the art and the actors and all this stuff, and AI starts to infect everything, yeah, it's getting a little sketch. More sketch than it has been. I know the Spot in Spider-Man is always treated as a joke villain, but after watching Spider-Verse, this makes me scared of true potential of his power and other lesser villains that get the same treatment. Also, very fair. Like, there's some characters that, again, like you said, like, what if there was like the Condiment King finally got fed up with all this, and then just somewhere out of nowhere, he just like fucking pops off and becomes the world's biggest threat. That could be fun. That would be interesting. Also, hi. Chiming in on the Snickers bit. Didn't even say hey first. What's up, Hannah? Love your channel, watching the stream at work. Hope you're having a smooth little day and we can bring a little bit of reprieve here for you. What's up, Mayan? What's the best show you have ever seen? Well, best and favorite probably are two different categories in my mind. The best show, my favorite show of all time is The X-Files, and I know some people hear this all the time who are in the stream or just have been on the channel for a long time, but my favorite show of all time, hands down, bar none, is The X-Files. But the best show I have ever seen, like if I was talking like cinematography, writing, acting, music, sound design, everything involved, it's gotta be Breaking Bad. Like, it's gotta be Breaking Bad, man. Like, I don't feel like there has been a show that has challenged that. And I get to kind of double dip because the creator, the main writer, the head guy of all of it, and his partner Peter Gold, but mostly, Vince Gilligan, he started off on the X-Files. And Aaron Paul, Dean Norris, and Bryan Cranston also was on the X-Files. And if it wasn't for the episode that Bryan Cranston was in, he wasn't going to be Walter White. The executives didn't believe in him as the choice and were refusing to cast him until Vince Gilligan showed them the episode of The X-Files that they worked on together. True story, fun fact, but yeah. And I get to bridge those two together. What's up? Ginger's talking to Rebecca here, so I am interjecting there. Jazzy, 8 episodes. We talked about that for a second. It's 85 degrees in St. Paul, MN. That's where my the company I work for is based. I think it's St. Paul. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure. Thank God for clouds. What is it here right now? I haven't. No, you know, I did go outside to look for Jumba. It's 89 here right now, and it is sunny, no clouds. There wasn't any earlier when I went out to take Cookie to the vet. Yeah, we're 89 right now. You guys are higher, well, more northern than we are, though. More breakdowns of the treats we were talking about earlier. 8 episodes. What's up, Terry? Vivian Cobra. Yes, indeed. I can't remember if Three Musketeers might be one I like as well, but I just don't remember because a lot of them just blend together. Part 1. I think no matter how much Hollywood tries, they can't recreate Prime Ford as Indy. And I think 2 actors have done it well this far, and that's Fraser as Rick and Cage in National Treasure. Pratt is trying, but don't think he gets it as close as Fraser. Pratt is more serious, but Fraser is more reluctant, and again, Fraser has the perfect balance between smug, clueless, and still a badass who is vulnerable. Oh yeah, like if there was ever a successor to the Indiana mantle, I think like Brendan Fraser's Rick O'Connell is the closest we've gotten to that, like in the movie sphere, you know, on other mediums, you know, with video games and stuff. Nathan Drake, I think, is like definitely the runner-up. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Pratt could probably pull it off if he was handled well. Like if he had a good creative team, a good director behind it, a good script behind it. But yeah, so far with what we have seen, not quite hit the mark just yet. Twix is always goated. Bart is a character you won't see for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I saw, I think. You're welcome proceeds to sing Candyman. Who can take the sunrise, sprinkle it with dew? Am I going to see the new Crow movie? I have heard nothing good about this film. I love the original. Not so much any of the subsequent movies that came out after it. But I love the original one. I even dressed up as Eric Draven for Halloween a few times back in the day. But I don't know. I do, if I want to find the time and at least see it for myself and see what all the fuss is about. Because, you know, hearing other people's opinions one thing, but I do want to see it just to see. But I'll just say my expectations were already really low. But after hearing some things, it's even lower. So who knows? It can only surprise me from there, you know? If my expectations are in the gutter, you never know. Hope we see Jimmy Hudson, aka the son of Wolverine, in something X-Men related soon. That would be fun. That should sure be fun. What's up, Larry? I've ever watched the Owl House. I've seen like bits and pieces of a couple of episodes, but I've never seen an entire episode. So hear nothing but great things. It's been brought up quite a bit, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. New batch, like their cookies. Well, funny you say that, because their mom we have dubbed Cookie. How'd you like Red, White, and Royal Blue? Chemistry between the leads. They were electric, man. They were ooey and gooey in all the right ways. I love it. Once you got past the rom-commy Hallmark bullshit in the beginning, where again, it just feels like we missed the first 20 minutes of the movie when the movie actually starts. Outside of that, I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I've been excited for you to meet Ace. Such a fun character. Yeah, I'm really digging him right now, man. Really, really do. As someone who deals and struggles with addiction, I'm so angry to see how much Matthew Perry was taken advantage of. Yeah, dude, it's fucking disgusting. Have I ever watched the Inhuman show? No. No, I have not. But from all things that I've heard, I'm not missing much. Definitely an interesting thought. Been a while since I watched season 3, so I honestly forgot most of it, so it's been very fun rewatching it with you. Hell yeah. Hello there. It's Morbin time. What's up, Sketch? Howdy, Rice Cake. Been a while since I've been in these live streams. How's it going? It's going all right. Been pretty swell and solid. Let's see. Do I watch Deadpool and Wolverine again tomorrow? That's randomly been asked by my sister. So, your sister was asking you to go, or she asked, should she go see it again? Clarify a little bit. Just like the two sentences together has me thrown off a little bit. But, sure. Why not? Or see Alien Romulus while you're at it, if you haven't already. Question, have you heard of or seen a Ralph Bakshi movie like American Pop? It doesn't immediately come to mind. The name sounds familiar. Oh my god, just give me filmography, fucker. I've seen The Lord of the Rings, the animated Lord of the Rings. I've seen that. I've seen Cool World. Well, have I seen Cool World? I think I've seen like an analysis of Cool World. I don't think I've actually sat down and watched it. I've seen bits of Fritz the Cat, but I've never actually watched the entire thing. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm familiar. Because, that blonde from Cool World. Anyway. Let's see. But American Pop, I have not heard of, though. Also changed my name because I realized what it was, and that I had it since I was 7. What was it before? What was it before? Have you heard the news around the live-action Snow White movie? Is it something new come out? Because I haven't heard anything recently. Off topic, but this version of Loser Baby is fire. It is indeed. Do I hear Loser Baby lo-fi music in the background? Yes, you do. It's a playlist of a couple different songs, and it just kind of cycles through a couple of them. I think it's Respectless, More Than Anything, Poison, and Loser Baby. I think those are the 4. At least I don't remember. I'm not sure if there's another one thrown in there, but those are the 4 I know are in the mix. Oh, you were King Assassin. Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I have to keep that in mind. It's really interesting that people involved with The Mummy thought that their movie at best would be meh at the box office. Again, Phantom Menace, to their surprise, it actually overperformed. Yeah, they weren't really betting a lot on this movie, man. What's up, Cat F? Have you seen the latest castings for the One Piece live action? Apparently season 2 will cover until Drum Island. I have. So that's what they said too, but then there's a lot of there's Alabasta castings that have been announced so far too, so maybe they'll be mixing and matching some stuff. Maybe from flashbacks, or maybe some stuff like from Vivi's perspective, since she will have been introduced to the crew by that point. Maybe that way. Cape Crusader is a 6.5 out of 10 overall in my opinion. Not outstanding, not underwhelming, it's just a good show. I can agree with that. I'd probably give it personally like a 7 or an 8. But, yeah. Seen your Inside Out reaction today. Glad you loved it. I assume you'll be reacting to the sequel very soon now that it's on digital. Yeah, I'm trying to find some time in my schedule to add that into the mix, because I do want to check it out, because we did react to the original, the first one here. Also might just be me, but I would happily rewatch 99 over Phantom Menace, or The Mummy, where the flaws of the Phantom Menace drags it down and makes it more boring, in my opinion. The Mummy's flaws actually make it better. I'm not sure that The Mummy even has flaws. But yeah, if I had to pick between the two of them, and I love Star Wars, man. If I had to pick between, if I'm going to watch The Phantom Menace right now or The Mummy, I'm probably going to watch The Mummy. Also, just to get this out of my head, the whole half human, half rhino thing Kraven is doing was in the comics for a time. It also made an appearance in the Amazing Spider-Man tie-in game and the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon from 2011, where Rhino actually fights side by side with Spider-Man. Rhino. Sorry, never knew how to spell it. But yeah, I know. I know it's happened. I know it's a thing. You know, they had the whole animal arc as well. And I just don't like the way it looks. That's all it is. And I just don't... I think the thing that... I'm not even bothered by that. I just think the design looks... In live action, it doesn't look good. They needed to do something else. Like, he'd be like a solid color the entire way through, even though that's what rhinos look like. And in the humanoid form, it just looks off to me. But we'll see. As far as the thing that bothers me most about Kraven is the lion bullshit. Writers of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually followed the Legends motto of characters driving the story, with them doing two things at once, whereas Arrowverse shows, except Legends, followed one main villain for a season. That's fair. That's fair. Imagine the short comes out right now. Fuck you. Yeah. I would bail on you guys in a heartbeat for that. Do I still have my notifications on? Pretty sure I do. There we go. Apparently I didn't, but I do now. Okay. There we go. Fixed it. Hell yeah! Mummy 1 and 2 are perfection. They were on TV here seemingly every weekend, and if it's on, it would be a crime not to watch it. Agreed. He was also in Heroes. I actually mentioned that just after that topic came up. I just got home from the theater, watched Alien Romulus. Really enjoyed it. I think some of the plot twists and connecting threads went over my head. Loved it though. Some of the plot twists would make more sense if you've seen Covenant and Prometheus. There's a lot of stuff in there though that has tie-ins or allusions to aliens, even though this is set before any of those, and there's even like some elements of Resurrection and 3 thrown into the mix, but the main things are Alien and Prometheus and Covenant, even though I haven't finished. I haven't watched Covenant. I know about it. I've watched a breakdown of Covenant, but I haven't actually watched it for myself. Let's see. This week on Guess Who was also in the X-Files with Omni Media. Hey, I have a thread on my Twitter of notable actors who guest star in in the X-Files in a way to kind of rope people into watching the show. You know, yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of familiar faces all throughout. Let's see. Modern interpretation I was talking about was like if Powerpuff Girls were done, but if they were teenagers and handled like things like depression, social anxiety, or possibly their sexuality. That sounds like what they were trying to do with the CW show, and that was just horrible. The script that leaked out and all that. But could it be done well? Maybe. Do I want to see it? Still, no. I wouldn't ask for it. Which of these DC superhero couples would win Best Couple Award? Clark and Lois, Oliver and Laurel, or Barry and Iris? Clark and Lois. You can't. I don't think you can beat Lois. Nope. Funny thing, in a comic recently had Hal Jordan was basically naked getting chased without his ring in a storage room finds Condiment King's guns and uses them to escape. Really? That's funny. What's 89 Fahrenheit in non-silly temperature? Well, I mean, you've got Google. Why are you asking me? It is 31.6, while rounding up 31.7 in your weird time. You know, the temperature, the one that pretty much everybody but us uses. I think it's even more heartwarming for me to see Brendan Fraser movies ranked. Majority of critics actually agree, even though he won an Oscar for The Whale, they actually love his mummy movies. Hell yeah, as they should. I still need to see The Whale, man. I really do. Spray spicy hot mustard and ketchup on the guy's eyes. Hey, yeah, that'll do the job, man. I'm your Google. Rude. I'm not Siri. Hey, Omni, can you look up blah, blah, blah? Okay. Well, you fucking made me do it. You got me to do it. Do you think you'll do a reaction to Young Jedi Adventure Season 2? No. No. Probably not. Well, most definitely not. One, cause it's just very dangerous to do stuff like that on YouTube as a creator, because stuff like that, they can forcibly change your video to be targeted for kids, and it completely kills the engagement, the discoverability, and we would get no ad revenue off of it. So I'm a little scared to do like actual children's stuff in general. Even if I've seen people who they're swearing throughout the whole video, like themselves watching a thing like this, and it still gets hit sometimes. So I don't know. I'm just afraid of that happening, because that's a lot of time for no like return on that. I'm not even talking just monetarily. Even if it just pulled in subscribers or views or engagement, like they can block that stuff or hamper that, and it just sucks. YouTube's bullshit right now is just annoying when it comes to stuff like that. Fraser in the Mummy movies, yum indeed. I'm scared for season 2 of Arcane. Why are you scared? I'm very disappointed in how the MCU, instead of Inhumans movie, they made a very bad show, because they needed a quick replacement since they wanted to use for X-Men, but they couldn't because of a rights issue. Is that what happened there? I don't really know all the ins and outs of what happened around the Inhumans debacle, other than its reception, obviously. Also, George of the Jungle. Also, yes, the adorable, charming little movie, man, with him as well. Also excited for Arcane Season 2, but more... Also scared for Arcane Season 2, but more excited. Why are we all scared? Why are we all scared? Murder Drones just ended yesterday. I don't believe they'll do any more episodes or anything as far as I know. Okay, so that answers the question I was trying to get answered earlier. Also, if you want a new TV series to react to, I highly recommend El Tigre, which is one of my favorite non-Marvel DC superhero shows. I'm not really looking for one right now. Not opting into one at the moment, though. George of the Jungle, for me, is technically a Disney live-action remake, and easily the best if you just compare. I used to watch the George of the Jungle show all the time. I loved it, and then I thought the movie was a lot of fun, too. Wasn't he Dudley Do-Right also in the live-action Dudley Do-Right movie? Yes, he was. I did remember that correctly. I do remember that. I also watched a lot of Dudley Do-Right growing up. So, like, I thought that movie was kind of charming, too. Don't watch the Inhuman show. What do you think of Sholo rumored to play Ace? I've seen that being passed around. And I don't know what the age gap is between Ace and Luffy is, because it hasn't been clarified in the show. And I don't know. Sholo looks younger to me than Iñaki. But I don't know if that is the case. How old is Sholo right now? He's 23. Iñaki is 20. So there is a 3-year difference, even though they roughly, I would say, look the same age to me. I don't know. It just depends. Because, like, aesthetically, in the show, in the animation, like, he looks significantly older than Luffy. But that could just be the character design. Yeah, she just asked me. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? If your sister wants to go see it, go see it. Ace is 4 years older. Okay, well then it works. It won't be as noticeable in live action if they were to go that route, I guess. But even so, 4-year difference, it's not a huge difference, especially when you're, well, it just depends on what age you are. When you get older, once you're like 20s post, it starts making less of an impact. But anyway, whatever. Let's see. No mutants, Inhumanos. Interestingly, Brendan Fraser has said in the last couple of years that he'd be open to making a 4th Mummy film as long as the script and story was good enough and worth doing. I did see that quote, and I would be, hell yeah. I would love that. I think my love for Brendan Fraser and George the Jungle is on par with my love that Ginger has for Pedro. That's a pretty intense, but then again, that's Brendan Fraser looking all shredded up, being half naked for the entire movie for the most part. So, understandable. As much as I love having Brendan back, it wouldn't be the same thing against him seeing Ford being Indy again in his olden years. It's just not the same. I agree. It's not going to hit the same, but I don't know. I'm not sure, man. It just depends. I mean, he's still younger than Harrison was, but who knows? You never know. You never know. Tom Cruise is still fucking booking it around like nothing. So, why not? Again, it just has to be done well, and I don't think any of the indie sequels have been done well compared to their originals, obviously. Don't know what you're talking about. King Assassin just made no sense. Brendan George the Jungle was also yum, indeed. The Mummy is a perfect movie. Hell yeah. Also forgot to add that critics, whenever they rank Fraser movies, actually say they love his Mummy movies even more. Hell yeah. See, there's also, this goes back to what I was saying, show, when we were talking about favorite show versus best show. Like, there's a difference between enjoying a movie and loving a movie versus acknowledging whether one holds up more, like, with all the little ingredients and all that compared to something else. So, you know, best and favorite are different categories in my book. And that's probably what they're going for there, too. If you could go and spend the evening and have dinner with any creepy yet nice family, which one would it be? I also watched Victor Frankenstein movie and wonder what modern take on it that's not I, Frankenstein. Probably the Munsters. I feel like one, you'd be the safest there. As cool as it would be to hang with the Addams family, you're probably not that safe as a guest. The Munsters would kind of look out for you. So probably them. And yes, I'm seeing Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow. Hell yeah. Just finished your TED series reaction, and I had the idea, what if Seth MacFarlane helped write Has-Been and Helluva? I don't know. Like, while they are both adult comedies, I'm not sure if their repertoires would gel all that well. It'd be fun as like a guest writer, or like have some little input on certain things would be kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. Loser Baby or Mary on a Cross? I'm sorry, Mary on a Cross doesn't ring a bell. So I'm going to go with Loser Baby. I'm sad how the MCU treated Inhumans instead of a movie. We got a bad show because they needed a quick replacement. This is just a retype of the last post. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did them right. I think this was just a retype. Maybe you retracted that previous one. And when I'm in StreamYard, I can't see retractions, so maybe I read that. Let's see. What's up, Red Storm? How are you doing? Who's the most underrated actor who played Batman that deserves more love? For me, it's Ben Affleck or Val Kilmer. For me, I mean, my favorite live-action Batman actor is Ben Affleck. It's just the material and movies he was given wasn't all the best. But in these isolated moments, I think his version of Batman, when you start to look at certain aspects, is just, I think he hits all the things I've wanted in a Batman. I just wish he had a better script and director to work with. But underrated in my book, I would go with Val Kilmer, personally. Radioactive Rhino Man. Cape Crusader was a 9 out of 10 for me. It was amazing. Wasn't expecting it. Hell yeah. Just started Crusader. It's not bad. Hope you enjoy the rest of it. I quite enjoyed it. What's up, Christina? Just watched all the Alien movies, and man, is that a great franchise. I love the franchise. I don't love all the movies, though. I love Alien and Aliens. I don't quite care for 3. I don't like Resurrection. And Prometheus I like. There's some interesting ideas, but they ended up just discarding a lot of them. I haven't seen Covenant firsthand, so I can't speak on that one. But that's me. I was introduced to the Mummy movies at school randomly. It was before break on holidays, where sometimes people's brought a movie. Well, that's cool. Hell yeah. I actually watched The Mummy with Brendan Fraser when I was watched it as a 9-year-old. Enjoyed it, but there were some scenes I remember differently. Doesn't happen to anyone as a child from now on. Oh yeah, there's definitely some times where I thought I remembered something played out in a different way from when I watched it originally. I was probably 11 or 12, I think, when it came out. I don't remember if I saw it in theaters. Well, it came out in 99. I don't know if I saw it in theaters. I don't think I did. I think I saw it on VHS. Or on TV. I don't remember where I first saw it. So if it was 99, I was 11 at the time. Which Disney movie had the best soundtrack? For me, it's Tarzan. All of Phil Collins' songs were bops. Yeah, I'll probably have to second that. Or hell, I like Lilo and Stitch, and it's 90% Elvis, and I love all of the Hawaiian music in it as well. So I might be a little biased there, but a lot of wasn't Phil Collins songs. They were written for the movie, though. Lilo and Stitch was we're just pulling in Elvis songs from wherever and throwing them into the thing. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. Question: have you seen Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D? If not, it was made for TV movie starring David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury, which I think was an interesting casting choice for that version of Nick. I know of it. I have seen clips, but I've never actually watched it. I know it exists, but I've never actually watched it. Forgot to add, critics, whenever they rank Fraser movies, the majority of them have The Mummy at the top because they agree that Fraser's the best performance over his Oscar-winning movies. I don't know if I believe you on that one. Or at least I don't know that I agree. I love it, but I don't know if it would be... I don't know if his Rick O'Connell is a best performance in my book. It's definitely enjoyable. Clark and Lois all day. Tarzan soundtrack is phenomenal. Strangers Like Me and Two Worlds are consistently on the playlist to make you acknowledge silly temperatures. You are our Google. You got Google. I tell my daughter that all the time. What's new, Michael? How's work? Work hasn't been too terrible. We finally got one of our open slots backfilled, so hopefully in the near future things will ease up a tad bit. Aside from that, just trying to keep up with Netflix's bullshit release schedule, dropping all their shit at once, as they do, as is the norm. I still will vent about it because I'm still working on that 90s show right now. So yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I'm doing okay. I just need to figure out how to get my sleep schedule back on course. Ha 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 ha. Jatistic, how are you? Son of Man is absolute tune. That is true. It's official. Omnis are Google/Siri now. Rude. Do people think a lot of Avengers in the past credit of Deadpool and Wolverine? I don't know, unless at least if Hugh Jackman still was retired but the TVA plot was still intact, you know, he would be so proud. I'm not sure what you were trying to say. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying here. I'm sorry. I say watch it if you can tolerate Darren Aronofsky's obnoxiousness, but yeah, it's like Joker, an okay movie, absolutely elevated by a phenomenal performance. I definitely need to see it. I really do want to see it, but I just haven't found the right moment for it. Baby, I'm so proud of you. The way you kiss me, I can tell you miss me. Not trying to be romantic. What the fuck? Where did this come from? Joker was a masterpiece for me. It was so good. I agree. Did you hear there's a Super Sentai Isekai coming out called The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World? My god, that name is long. I have heard about this, and it's an interesting concept. I'm intrigued, to say the least. Just started reading Fire and Blood. I can't wait for season 3 of House of the Dragon. I did it right! So I had to get the book. It's an interesting read. Yeah, I have it. It's right there. I haven't gone beyond where the show is right now, though. Potential use for AI, creating a Siri that has Omni's voice. No, do not. No. Although I refuse to change mine from Australian man voice number 2, as it brings me joy. Australian man voice number 2. Oh my god. Yeah, Jay and Adam are watching Bluey, which I have seen, and which is adorable. I've only ever seen clips from Bluey, like little reels or shorts and stuff like that. And what I've seen is like it's awesome. Just the little snippets. Can't believe they gave UA only 6 episodes. Scared because a lot of show finales being disappointing. Have you started it yet? Or not? Have you heard the amazing news, Omni? Ultron is going to be back. I did see that, and that's interesting and exciting, kinda. I'm curious how they're gonna work it in, but hopefully this time around, they could do something fun with him. To be honest, there's so many reasons to be scared for season 2, but the excitement is the best part to focus on. Ted Lasso was just renewed for a 4th season at Apple. I did see the creator was waiting for Jason Sudeikis to chime in. Like, all they were waiting for a season 4 was his go-ahead, was for Sudeikis to be on board. And people bitched at me when I said that I heard there was whispers of a season 4 when I was doing my reaction, so I stopped bringing it up. Because a bunch of people were like, very apprehensive and upset when I even entertained the idea that there may be a new season coming around, when, yeah, fuck, the creator came out and was like, yeah, we're trying to see if we can do a season 4. We're just waiting on Jason. Deal near. Deadline. Season 4. Green light. So it's been greenlit. Options pick up for 3 core cast members. So they're just waiting on people to sign then. Oh, okay. So Jeremy Swift, so Leslie Higgins, Brett Goldstein, Roy, and Hannah Waddingham, Rebecca are the 3 they're waiting to sign their contracts. I guess aside from that, everything else is a go-ahead. Well, damn. I wasn't sure. Like, everybody will entertain the idea of continuing something people love, you know, but like whether or not it goes through is always a little bit of a different question. But yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah. I would love that. And I think they like, as much as it was a nice little close, nothing was like set in stone. Like the way things wrapped up at the end of the show, like there's nothing that happened that couldn't be misinterpreted or undone. Not undone, like there's nothing to undo. Like we saw Ted go home, but we don't know that he didn't agree to come back for the next season or anything like that. There's a lot of like, cause he's like, am I making a stupid decision by doing this? You know, there's a lot of him second guessing his decisions. So like there was a door that's opened, even though there's an interpretation and version of the ending where it is the end. So it can work both ways. So that's exciting. I don't know. We'll see. Ace is older. News just broke. Ace is 4 years older. Do you think Moxie's mother is still alive and Chrism used her shoe as a form of intimidation to scare Moxie? Well, again, people say that Moxie saw the shoe. There was no indication in that scene that, at least by my opinion, because I've looked at that scene multiple times, that Moxie saw the shoe. He wasn't even looking anywhere near that direction whenever the shoe popped up. But I doubt it. I would love for that to be the case, but I doubt it. Because if you don't see someone die on screen, they're still alive until something says otherwise. I don't think that's always the case, but it definitely can be the case. Which is the biggest movie this year so far? Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, I don't think it can be matched right now. What else came out that I've seen? Oh yeah, based on movies I've actually watched, there's no way it's not Deadpool and Wolverine. Mexican es caliente like burritos. The episode order of that 90s show is so confusing. On Wikipedia it says S2 has 16 episodes, and the ones you're watching right now is still season 2. Which is incorrect, which is what a lot of people have been trying to say too, which is why I think people are just working off some ass backwards information and trying to correct me. But in all of the marketing, in all of the trailers, in all of the official stuff, and on Netflix itself, it's part 1, part 2, part 3. Season 1 was part 1, the last batch was part 2, this current 8 is part 3. By the structuring, there's no real season structure. So you could argue part 1 is season 1, part 2 is season 2, part 3 is season 3, but there is no season 2, part 1, and part 2. That doesn't exist. Even though it should, because part 2 and part 3 are a continuation of the same breadth of time, given there's only a week between the parts in universe. When between part 1 and part 2, there was a full-on year between where we left off and where we picked up. That's what bothers me. That's what annoyed me so much about coming into part 2 when it should have just been season 2, part 1. But the thing is, it's not. And that, again, I made a whole tirade about that in my reactions. I still need to get around to watch Cobra Kai Season 6. It's been so long since Season 5, I kind of forgot everything. Also, didn't love Season 5. Really? I thought Season 5 was really good. Plus his hair. Don't forget the hair. Harrison Ford will show up like Snoop Dogg. Huh? I don't understand. I'm really curious what made you start YouTube or specifically reaction content. I mean, I've talked about this a bunch, but like it was mostly just like I'd always wanted to talk about films and shows and stuff that I was watching and whatnot, but like because Because, like, I grew up on, like, the glory days of Channel Awesome and all that, like Nostalgia Critic, Video Game Nerd, and stuff like that. And I was like, that's so much fun. And I just love movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to do that at some point myself, but I never really got around to it. And the motivating factor was kind of hit a hump where, you know, me and my friends kind of drifted, or not drifted, but like life kind of gets in the way. So I didn't have anyone to talk to about anything I was watching. So I bit the bullet and decided to pull the trigger on doing this, because at least if I can't directly talk to someone, I could put my thoughts out there and engage through the comments, or maybe create a community around it, or whatever. It was just, it came out, it derived itself out of this necessity to just get excited and vent about the stuff that I've been watching. And I figured like reaction was a good way to do that, or at least like dip my toes into the water, because, you know, that's, you, at least like I started off with like trailers and stuff like that. So like they're designed to kind of elicit something from you, and you can talk about what you saw and all that kind of stuff and your feelings. And I thought that was just kind of like an easy way in, and it just became so much fun to do because, I don't know, I like watching reactions, because also when you get into like shows and movies, it's one of the main reasons I like showing, like even in person, movies I love to someone else, because you get, that's the only way and the closest way you can get towards experiencing something again for the first time. So like, I don't know, that's the fun element of it too. There's like a magic about it. I hope that James Gunn brings in the Doom Patrol cast, because that show is so freaking good and blows most of the recent Marvel stuff out of the water, excluding Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know if I would go that far, but most recent Marvel stuff. Well, that's what you said, so. Yeah, okay, so then I do kind of agree, but I would love to see the Doom Patrol cast brought back, for sure. Dating question, Michael. Why do men find black women intimidating to approach, if you had to guess, as a white committed male? I really don't know. I don't really personally bump into that, so I can't. I mean, I think there's like a. I feel like, and I don't remember the details, but I feel like at one point there was like a period where there was like a stereotype or a presumption of like, I don't know, not difficulty, I don't know what the right word is, like aggression? I don't know. Like, I feel like there was like a, they won't take your shit, you know, kind of attitude that was going around, or whatever. I remember something vaguely like that being in the fucking ethos or in the atmosphere for a long time ago, but that was a long time ago. So like, let's be fair. Apparently not much has changed in the world where it comes to people of different colors, and that fucking pisses me off to this day still. Like, I don't know, but in the grand scheme of things, like, I don't know what that is. I don't see it. I don't feel it. So I don't know, unfortunately. So that's not a great answer, but I really don't have any insight onto that, because I don't get it. And the only thing I can think of is maybe there is still some kind of weird perception out there that maybe they're more domineering than they want to be, and they don't want to be emasculated by a woman. I don't know. I don't know. That might be the best guess I've got right now. Is it the Munsters, the show that had the super bright set to get it to show up on black and white? I'll be honest, I don't know. I never watched the Munsters when it transitioned into color. But there was the Rob Zombie reboot that came out that I'd never watched, like a few, 2-3 years ago. That was super bright and neon. So maybe? Like, just Google the Munsters, damn it. Like, I don't know. What's up, Westerosi Gamer? Am late to the live. Damn it! We do love Ace already. We do love Ace already. Okay. One thing I remembered about Batman Crusader made it even better was the Lois Lane Easter egg. Yes, that was super cool. What the fuck is Westerosi? Is that what you were trying to say? I assume that's what you were trying to say. Westerosi, like Game of Thrones. By the way, Inside Out 2 was amazing. It will make you cry. Also, fun fact, Ayo Debris voices Envy. Cool. I like that she's getting a lot of work, man. Hey, Omni, did you hear that Ted Lasso is returning for season 4? I did. We just talked about that a minute ago, actually. Random question, are you familiar with the Tomb Raider games? There's an animated series coming out on Netflix October 10th. Haley Atwell will be the main lead. Oh yeah, I dabbled in the originals, mostly 1, 2, and 3. At the time, I could never beat a single one of them, but I tried. But I played, but also never finished the reboot that came out a while back as well. I'm aware. I've seen the movies. Not that those are a fair representation either of the IP, but yeah, I've seen the trailer for the animated series. I'm not hungry over it. I don't think the trailer was all that great, so I'm not like looking for it all that much. But yeah, I don't know. Between the animation for, and I know a lot of people are talking about this Lord of the Rings movie trailer that came out here recently that's also going to be on Netflix, right? War of the Rohirrim. Like, the animation style, I don't care for either. But who knows? You know, the stories may be compelling, but right now I'm not jumping to dive right into it. Even with the Terminator series that comes out this Thursday. If I wasn't so busy and if Rings of Power wasn't dumping 3 episodes on us this week, I may have considered starting that, but right now I'm going to kind of wait and see on it. The fuck is this seductive, sexy music? It's probably Loser Baby. I want to add lyrics, because if you're hearing the saxophone, it's definitely Loser Baby. Turn off the lights and let's get freaky. If you have to watch Inhumans, watch Blind Wave's reaction to it. The only way I could stand watching it week to week. Not gonna lie, when I needed to catch up on Supergirl for Crisis on Infinite Earths, that's how I did it. Because I quit. I quit Supergirl at season 2 and never went back. So I caught up on seasons 3 and 4 through Blind Wave. If I ate a devil fruit, I would want one that could turn me into a mosasaur or a T-Rex or maybe a Kong. Godzilla devil fruit, I think I might be unbeatable. And Elsa's voice for Lilith in Has-Been Hotel. Huh? That last bit perked me up there for a second. Hold on, rewind. Where is that, like a want, or has that been something that's been confirmed or announced? Because if they got Idina Menzel as fucking Lilith, I would die. I love Idina. There's a lot of people that want that, but I haven't seen an official thing. But that would be so awesome. The Queen of Hell being the Queen of Broadway. Let's go. Now I'll be sad if it's anything but. Question. As a bisexual person, how many ideas or people in life, shows, or animation have you encountered? Biships? Or realize someone is bisexual when reacting to something before dipping into Vivseas? Was there a continuation of this? Apparently not. Also, are you saying, like, as a question to me as a bisexual person? Because, one, that's an assumption, because I am not. So, as far as bisexual people that I encounter in real life, I know quite a lot of them. I am not included in that bunch. Not that I'm offended by any stretch of the imagination, but it's kind of funny that that's the assumption. But yeah, I don't know. I can't, nothing really jumps out to me, and I don't think that there's any kind of requirement needed to watch Vivci's stuff, because I'm pretty straight. So like, I love it all the same, so I don't know. Did I skip this? Hold on, I see a part 2 for a part 1 I don't remember seeing. Oh no, yeah, okay, I didn't find the part 2. It was the Lois Lane Easter egg comment. So your part 2 was down here. I remember watching the 1941 Superman animated shorts when I was a kid and loved them. They introduced me to Superman and they added a hit of nostalgia, yes. Before I saw like the Donner Superman movies or Superman the Animated Series or any of that stuff, I had VHSs of the 1941 Superman stuff, and I watched that stuff all the time. So yeah, I definitely have a huge, heavy nostalgia for that era of Superman. It's for sure. Wasn't a fan of Batman Forever, but I did like Val Kilmer's performance. Agreed. Movie, so-so. Kilmer, I don't think he did a bad job. You know, it's just one of those situations where I think a good actor was not given the best work. Or what? And sometimes they give a great work, just everything around them's not that great. I'm curious about Alan Ritchson as Batman. The only issue might be in his voice, but he's the perfect look, though. See, I think his voice is pretty solid. My concern is, I mean, I guess it's not all that much of a concern, considering Batfleck was shredded. Would be that maybe he's too big, but fuck, I don't know. I love the idea regardless. I enjoyed them all, but I get the reasons why those aren't liked. But if you get the behind-the-scenes drama, it all makes sense. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. Especially Alien 3, man. All the behind-the-scenes chicanery that was going on back then is kind of wild that movie ever got finished. There was an article recently that stated that when the original creators of the anime were attached to the live-action show, one of them, it's not an anime. Let's go ahead and nip that in the bud here. Wanted the person who voiced Zuko in the anime to play him in the live-action show. Okay, that is a stupid desire. Dante Bosco could not pass for a teenage Zuko. Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't think DiMartino or Konatsuko would try to even push that at all, realistically. Yeah, I don't believe that one. Dick Grayson and Batgirl or Dick Grayson and Starfire? Which one is the superior couple? Dick and Starfire. I don't mind. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan when the Bat family intermingles because it feels mildly incestuous. I know it's not, but it just I don't like it. I don't like it. I can tolerate Dick and Barbara more than any time they try to push Bruce and Barbara. Anytime I see that, I'm just like, get that the fuck out of here. Favorite voice for Batman after Kevin? I'm glad that you specified that because I didn't see the Kevin bit yet, and I saw the Jason O'Mara one. Is Jason O'Mara. I do like Jason O'Mara. His Batman's really solid. For a second, I was just like, if it's anybody other than Kevin, I'm gonna freak out. But you specified. I just needed to read ahead. I think I agree. I think I agree. My favorite live-action Batman is actually Pattinson. I really loved his version and how his performance through his eyes made him stand out. I'm excited to see his journey continue. Likewise, I think he's a nice little runner-up. I just don't think he's fully realized yet, but that's what the story is about. Which is funny, because Batman Caped Crusader is the same story that is told in The Batman, just in a different way. And Matt Reeves is a producer on Batman the Caped Crusader, which makes sense. It's the same story, it's the same arc for the character in both that movie and the show. It's literally the same character journey being understood by the end of it. So I'm excited for both of their continuations to see how these characters continue to evolve. Sigourney Weaver had 3 demands for the 3rd movie. No guns, which didn't happen. Kill my character, which ish happened. Let me have sex with the alien. Also didn't happen. But she did have sex in that movie with somebody, right? Like one of the guys in the prison, I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time since I've seen 3 because I just don't like watching 3. Especially because not only that's just the main story, but the opening just... I fucking hate that decision. I am so mad about every time the opening of that movie. Anyway. Yes. Hey, Mele no Lilo. The opening song has been my alarm song since 2016. Aw, I don't know if that could successfully wake me up, but I do love that song. My nephew was around 3. We watched The Mummy at home, and the boy was fascinated by it and Jurassic Park. Hell yeah, as you should be. On what things you specifically spoiled about AOS future plot? As far as future stuff for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the only thing is just that I know Ghost Rider shows up. I don't know the context. I know who plays him. I don't know the story. I don't know anything, and I don't know anything that happens after that. Though, I think I remember hearing something about timelines. Don't judge me on that one. Don't question me on that one. I feel like that's something that's come up. The details surrounding it, I don't know. But as far as details, I don't have them. With your opinion, who wins, V or Alistair? When you say V, do you mean the V's or do you mean Vox? I think I'd say Fraser's best performance is definitely his performance in The Whale. That's why I want to see it. What are your thoughts on this new MonsterVerse game trailer and this new Spider Titan? Can't watch it without looking away because I have a fear of spiders. I saw a little bit of the trailer for this MonsterVerse game, and just because of the gameplay itself, I just clicked off of it. I was like, I'm not interested in this. This isn't for me. So I haven't really looked past that. I would actually love if Freddy who played Alex in The Mummy Returns, to be Rick's successor, and Brendan and Rachel actually have small roles. It's something that even Summers wanted, so they can make it. I mean, that would be cool. I would actually, if somebody could finally have the guts to actually pass a damn torch, go for it. Anywho, I'm about to see y'all next time, and remember, just because something is a 7 out of 10 doesn't mean it's bad. Just okay, you know? Not everything has to be absolutely perfect. I don't think anybody was competing with you on that one, bud, but take it easy all the same. Plus, no one does cooler talk anymore due to binging. Exactly, yes. Probably music out that person in a freaky mood. Well, I mean, the context of the musical would add to it. There's not a freaky mood to be had there. Oh. Guys, I apologize, but we have a VIP in the chat here. Look at this little fucker. Look at this man. Jay, how you doing? How's it going, dude? What would your Ninja Turtle mask color be, and what would be your weapon? What a question. What a question. Did you stream today? I woke up pretty much just in time to start mine, so I didn't really get a chance to check. buddy. How you doing, brother? What would my Ninja Turtle mask color be? I mean, it well, my favorite color is red, but it's taken, right? So let's go black. So jet black. Jet black. Let's go with black. And weapon. I mean, my favorite weapon in general is the katana. Also, already taken. So, what's one we could work into the mix that we haven't seen? Let's go with, it kind of fits with the black aesthetic, I guess, would be to go with the sickle and chain, the comma and chain, just so like, you know, that would be kind of cool. I don't think I could realistically ever use that thing, but it's a badass weapon. Look, just because it's taken doesn't mean you can't have it. Okay, then red with katanas, which is essentially just Leonardo from the original comics. Right? So when they all had the red bandana, when they all had red masks, and he still had the katanas, which is also still always kind of baffled me that a ninja had katanas to begin with, because ninjas typically don't use katanas. But then ninjas would typically use whatever they actually had. You know, Raffinardo. That is the newest turtle name. Hell yeah. I'll throw that back at you, man. I'll throw that back your way. What about you? Like, if you had to. Give me if you couldn't take any of their stuff, or if it didn't matter like you did. I gotta find my place. Where did I leave off? Here we are. Which Pixar movie was more sad, Toy Story or Monsters, Inc.? Toy Story, for sure. I never really got sad in Monsters, Inc. Have I seen The Spider, the Spider-Man fan film with Carl from The Walking Dead? I have not, but it has reached my ears a time or two, but I have not actually seen it, though. Would you consider watching Over the Garden Wall around Halloween time? Nah, maybe. I'm not. The name sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a bell, so it's a possibility. Have I seen the Harley Quinn show on Max? I couldn't recommend it enough. Well, I've got many a reaction to that show, so you can check those out. Because I've reacted to... I think I did a review of the first season. I don't think I have reactions for the first season, but I have kept current with it on the channel. And I will be reacting to Season 5 when it comes out. Ultron? Saddest Pixar movie is Coco or Up for me. It's probably would be Coco. I still have not seen Up. But I have seen the opening sequence of Up, so I haven't seen the whole movie, though. If Elsa's voice actress were cast for Lilith in Hazbin Hotel, I don't think Lilith would swear a lot, because her ladylike image will swear if angered or irritated. Yeah, that's a possibility. You never know, though. Alistair keeps his appearances kind of level until something gets a little heated, so could go something along those reins. Critics actually love Brendan's mummy performance more because they actually realize that him as Rick is the closest to Indy's successor. I think we're making assumptions here, OD, which isn't unusual for you to do, but I would like cited sourced comments on that. On episode 3, though I'm recording behind the watch, mainly because I may not record, but I have only heard bad things. I believe this was when we were talking about Umbrella Academy, right? Yeah. No comment until you finished. Okay, 2 other songs that are on repeat. Things You React, Running Up That Hill, and Bye Bye Bye. Which one is overused when you hear it? Well, we don't really hear... That's the only time we've heard Running Up That Hill. It was in that season of Stranger Things. Other than that, I had never heard that song before in my life. And Bye Bye Bye, I would say no. I don't think it's overplayed at all. So I haven't hit that point yet. Not yet, anyway. Let's see. What's up, Ultra Apex God King Red He Foxy? Good God, what? That is a buff ass. I don't even know what that is in the image. Whatever it is, it's meaty. Hey Omni, would you react to the other stuff like on YouTube? Because I would like to react to FNAF VHS and FNAF songs. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a FNAF guy, so I don't know. I've only seen the movie. I've never played any of the games. I don't know anything past that. I'm not sure if it would, I'm not sure how that would go, to be honest. Beast Boy and Raven or Beast Boy and Terra? Who do you ship? I mean, I feel like Beast Boy and Terra is just, it's iconic, but I really do love Beast Boy and Raven. So I might have to go Beast Boy and Raven. Not Mama's Beast Boy gotta choose legs or crazy. What the fuck? What? Okay. Why is demure a TikTok trend? It's nice to be nice, but if TikTok is preventative kids, where is home training? What? Parenting kids, where is home training? I have no idea, and I have no idea what brought on this demure thing. I don't understand it either. Sell me on why Ted Lasso, other than it's funny. I don't get the appeal, and I'm not sort of person, so I've demurred. It's one of the most uplifting, wholesome, and inspiring motivational shows I've ever watched in my life. It'll make you cry. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you happy. It'll make you sad. It'll make you all the things. But every time at the end of the episode, it'll pick you back up. I feel like it's one of those things where they created this character where everybody would want a Ted in their corner. I love it, man. Like it's hilarious. Don't get me wrong. It is a hilarious show, but it is moreover than that, just so emotionally rich, and like the lessons and the themes are more relevant today than I feel like they've ever been, about like confronting one's emotions, how you deal with certain things, openness. Like it's the most feel-good show I think I've ever watched. And I don't know that there's rarely an episode where I'm not at least tearing up a little bit watching it too. And sometimes that's because a sad thing happens, and some of that's it's literally because this is some motivational, heartwarming shit, and it moves me. And there's some straight up times where I just fucking break down. One was a little more emotionally vulnerable because one of my reactions was right after we had to put down Pop-Tart, and I was just destroyed at the start of that one. So that wasn't already a good start there, but for the most part, it's just fantastic. It's amazing. And the acting's just really good. I actually love it if Freddie both who played. You said this one already. Find Alex obnoxious and gratingly annoying like Mutt. I don't find him to be obnoxious like Mutt. Let's be honest. Anyone who's better than any successor than Shia. That is true. Very, very true. I haven't seen the first Deadpool. Don't need to, but it would definitely help if you ever wanted to go watch the new one. Good night. Take it easy, Kazi. Madam Webb and Dune. What about him? Have to go. Take it easy, Sketch. Let's see. Have I seen the Lord of the Rings War of the Roaring animated movie trailer? I have. I have seen it, and I talked a little bit briefly on it. I'm not familiar with the tale specifically. I think it's like the origins of Helm's Deep, or that's like a part of it, but like the battle that earned Helm's Deep its name, I think. Could be wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the art style gels all that well with Tolkien's world, and just I don't like the type of animation that they're using. And that's not like I don't like the anime aesthetic. It's the way it's animated. I don't know. Just watching it, I didn't care for it, but who knows? I might still check it out. I haven't seen Alien Romulus yet, but I saw you post a review. What did you think? As somebody who is a huge Aliens fan, despite my hang-ups with some of the entries in the franchise, I had a lot of fun with it. It's a love letter to the franchise. It does a few things new here and there, but it is basically a remix or a cover of the franchise as a whole, and it does it well. I enjoyed it. I may start them once I decide I want to do reactions like Omni, as there are some things passing me by due to my love of more exciting shows. It's why I podcast. Michael, I have thoughts. I'm gonna do it eventually. I haven't even seen Mando Season 3. It burned out, and now I need a lot of distance before I jump back in. That's very, very fair, to be honest. Me and my friends who are 40 feel like we've been put out to pasture, so we're seeking male insights. We both said we got it, but for some reason get looks but never approached. Ain't gonna take shit. That might be it too. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Hopefully, I feel bad for you. Like, just the phraseology. I feel like we've been put out to pasture. And I mean, you're not that far ahead of me either, too. So, like, I don't know. Then again, I'm not out seeking anything, so I don't have that stress on me. So, I don't know. Let's see. Do you have any favorite reaction channels? Wait a minute. How'd that show up? It was redacted. Oh, because when you redact stuff from the chat, it doesn't redact it from StreamYard. So did I read something you didn't want to have read? Whoops. What was it? What was the thing I wasn't supposed to read? Anyway, do I have any favorite reaction channels? Well, Previewed is the bestest reaction channel. They're watching me right now. Gotta talk nice. No. Reaction, actually no. Previewed, they suck. They're big bad. They're bad people. They're evil. Fuck them. I know that the internet is weird and somebody is going to take that seriously. No, I don't mean that. Obviously. Previewed, Real Rejects, Blind Wave. Right now, I've been watching a lot of Vicuña, Nat Gold. I mean, 90% of what I watch is reaction channels. Karate Dojo Waku, I've been watching his breakdown of all of Cobra Kai, which has been really fun. Alex Hefner, Nick Reacts, The Coco Couch, Bad Medicine, Normies. Let's see. See, this is the thing. When I start talking about people, and if I leave somebody out, I'm gonna feel bad if they hear, you know. But I'm just like scrolling down through. Angelina, also a great reaction channel. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch. Like, I try to, there's a lot of us, so it's hard to keep up with everybody's stuff, but I try to make sure to frequent the ones I mentioned the most. It usually just depends on what is actually being reacted to, but those are the main ones. Sort of Stupid, I stumbled upon here the last couple of months, and they're hilarious. So I've been watching a lot of their stuff too. Saddest moment in a Pixar or Disney classic animated movie. I don't know off the top of my head. I think Andy packing up the toys was it was pretty sad. I'm blanking right now, man. Oh no, the Coco moment with the grandma and all that. And the memory thing. Oh, even just before that, the whole, like, everything about the grandma losing herself was just heartbreaking. And then the payoff at the end of that was just fantastic. As far as Disney classic animated, probably Mufasa's death is the only thing that really comes to mind. I feel like I was super sad. I mean, sure, Bambi's mom, but I don't remember. No. Fox and the Hound. Oh, I think that's one of the most heartbreaking things ever. I thought you'd know. Art in the movie Nerd. It wasn't in color, but it was the black and white show. But if you go look at the set photos, it's actually really bright to give it depth. See, I didn't know that bit, actually. Read what you said about everything showing shows you love to friends and family. I just watched The House of the Dragon with my 63-year-old mom, and it was fun and hilarious. She got really invested. That's cool. That's really cool. Watched the Addams Family live-action movies. I laughed so hard I could... the neighbors were looking at me like I was insane, but I didn't care. I did watch those growing up, but I also watched the original black and white show a lot when I was a kid. Loved it. There's a Terminator show coming out. There is, coming out on Thursday. It's an anime. Sax is back. If you all could see my dance right now. I wish I was bisexual, the best of both worlds. Bahaha. Wishful thinking. It's fun to bat for both. Omni, the love and dating guru. That I would say I am not. By the way, next Thursday, which the Terminator anime drops in, is my birthday. Well, happy early birthday. Elsa versus Alistair, new crossover. I don't know. I really don't know who would win that fight, to be honest. I've seen Absolute Batman. No one can be too big to be Batman. That's a whole other extreme, though. That is a whole other extreme. Do you think Batman can control the Venom symbiote and use it to its fullest potential? And what Bat family would get a symbiote, and which Bat villain would get a symbiote? Joker, easily. Joker and Carnage would be fucking unstoppable. Would be just insane to deal with. But yeah, I think Bruce could control the Venom symbiote quite well. And I don't, as far as like, I mean, you could give a symbiote to literally all of them. I would love to see Damian with one, and then Red Hood with one. Would be fun to watch you react to Bluey. I don't know. I don't have the parent aspect to it, so I don't know how much we would get out of that. But I do think what I have seen is quite charming. I can't tolerate dick. Omni 2024. Finally finished all the X-Men movies. Dark Phoenix is not too bad. I watched the New Mutants for the first time and it was okay. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching New Mutants, I kind of wanted to leave in the theater. And I rarely feel like that. Nick Cage's Ghost Rider was originally supposed to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. Can you imagine if he showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? If not, who do you think would play him? I mean, I know who plays him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but if Nick Cage's Ghost Rider showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I thought that would be, I don't know. And I'm not sure who I would watch, who I'd want to play the role other than them. So I don't know. It's a hard question to answer, unfortunately, for me. Opinions on Jean from, or Jean from, is it Jean or John? I've heard it both. I've never watched Attack on Titan in English, so I'm not sure what they say from Attack on Titan. I think he's one of the most fascinating characters on the show. Him and Reiner and Eren are some of the most fascinating characters to try to like wrap your head around, from their growths, their motivations, their psychology. His journey to becoming a leader is phenomenal. Makes sense that a huge shit salad right now in your lap. You can't believe how quickly it's not the plot you'd expect, but I've had friends like go back and watch it and find it wasn't as bad as it was, or as their memory of it. Gonna go cook taco salad, but still listening. Love hearing from all the different TV shows and movie perspectives. Hell yeah, cook that salad. Doesn't Ripley sleep with Charles Dance's character in the third Alien movie? I'm pretty sure that is correct. That's what I remember. What's up, good vibes? How are you doing? No, part 2. I was talking about Moxie. I asked if Rep was a first in the show. Hell House has a bi character that people recommend to you. I mean, the first bi character I guess that I can recall being introduced to is Harley. But I'm not exactly sure I understand the question. If you could rewrite the Flash movie to make it better, what would you change and leave, and what would you alter? I would have actually made an adaptation of Flashpoint, and we would have had Reverse Flash in the movie, not some weird old Barry Allen. And yeah, we would have just done an alternate timeline. Jeffrey Dean Morgan would have been back as as Thomas Wayne. He would be the Batman. And we would have done everything else pretty much as closely to that as possible. So basically just rewrite the whole fucking movie. Michael Keaton was my live action Batman, and will always be. And yes, the opening scene of the Killing Joke movie pissed me off. Worse, Mark Hamill did a far better Joker monologue during a con. He was at, saw it online many times, and it was an incredible read. I felt the movie version didn't have the same Joker passion. I agree. I know the monologue you're talking about too. And here we go. Got another one. Have you seen that Ted Lasso was renewed for season 4? I have. We were talking about that a little bit earlier as well. Peaches. Lotion. Are you looking forward to season 2 of The Sandman? I am. And this is barring all the controversy going on surrounding Gaiman, but yeah, I am still looking forward to the show. I try to separate all that crap, like, outside of it. You know, I'm still going to try to enjoy it for what it is. Obviously, he created the world, but a lot of other people have their hands in this pot, so I'm not going to hurt them by skipping out on it, you know? Jet Black. Here I am, baby. Come and take me by the hand. Saw that you're in the middle of season 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How are you enjoying it? Also, have you thought about doing Smiling Friends on your channel? I'm loving the shit out of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. As far as Smiling Friends, I'm not sure. I've seen some clips, and I'm not sure if it's my cup of tea. So, but I don't know. You never know. Water guns. Do you have any theories on Ace in One Piece so far? Have you seen casting and general news for live action season 2? I've seen all the casting news for live action season 2 so far, and I mean, I don't know what there is to theorize about right now. I mean, I know they're related. I know they're brothers. We know he's after Blackbeard, and they're teaming up. I don't know what else there is to theorize right now. I don't have anything to jump off of with. I can hardly wait for you to get to episode 6 of season 2 of The Bear. Well, we'll get there. Slowly but surely. We'll be reacting to the Kite Man spinoff, and no. Talked about that before. I have no interest in reacting to Kite Man. Coco is that kind of movie, and once I started crying, it doesn't really stop. Agreed. Did Bye 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 return to the charts? I don't know. I do know that NSYNC updated the official music video of Bye 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 to say now in Deadpool or Deadpool and Wolverine or something from Deadpool and Wolverine, and they added it to the title or something, trying to get that engagement on their fucking YouTube page, which, hey, gotta respect the grind, man. Went to the dentist yesterday and told him multi-root canals and caps needed, lots of cavities and decay, very overwhelmed and angry at self for bad diet and brushing habits, and sad, but I'll get through it. Rough, hate adulting, just got to go back to step by step. Wish me luck in this process, and thanks for all the great content, and love the streams and help get me through the parts of my shift at work. Hell yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear about that with all the dental work that's going to come your way. I've definitely been there. I don't know how bad your situation is, but I've had some pretty bad cases earlier on in my days. Thankfully, I haven't been that bad since, but yeah, it's I've been in a fairly, by general standards, in a rough patch, similar to that at one point. They've released Nightmare Before Christmas Lego set, and I want it. It's also smallish, so I can find a place for it. Well, cool. Going to watch Blink Twice, The Crow, and Strange Darling this weekend. Let's blink twice. I've seen like a poster for Strange Darling, but I don't know anything about it. I haven't heard anything about Blink Twice, and if I have time, I will check out The Crow. Blink Twice is Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut. I'm looking forward to it. Have you seen the Rankin and Bass animated versions of The Hobbit and The Return of the King? I've seen The Hobbit, but I don't know if I've seen Return of the King. I don't remember. I'm seeing Strange Darling in a couple of hours. Kyle Gallner, Screen 5 plus Smile. Kyle Gallner, I know from Smallville, if I'm thinking of the same guy. Yeah, I know him from Smallville, and he was in the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot too, right? Willa Fitzgerald, Reacher Season 1. Cool. Both are great. Looking forward to this cat and mouse serial killer movie. Heard great things about it. Okay, you kind of perked me up a little bit. I like both of them. What the fuck is Westerosi? I knew that, and I was having a weed moment. Okay, okay. Fair enough. That's it. I'm putting you out to pasture. Uh-oh, Christina. They're coming for you. Have I watched Dark Crystal or Neverending Story? I have seen both of those. I really, really like the Dark Crystal. And I'm like half and half on Neverending Story. Holy cow, I've just seen how close you are to 100K. Get planning on those celebrations. I still have no idea what I want to do. You know, no mommy news. Let's just see if it gets redacted. Sorta Stupid was a name. Actually, Sorta Stupid was a name change. I was watching them before they made the change, and I can't remember what it was. Interesting. I wonder what it was then. When she leaves Todd, which part? There's a bunch, man. Dude, when him and Todd, like when Todd and the fucking, like when they meet up again, but then they're enemies, that fucking broke my heart. When she leaves Todd, there's a lot of moments in The Fox and the Hound that just fucking like destroy your soul. It's hard to pick just one though. What's up, Cosmic Celestial? Wondered, would you or have you ever reacted to Crocodile Dundee? I've never seen it, so maybe we could do a reaction for it one of these days. The up opening is so emotional for how quick it is. That's true. Seeing the Fox and Hound fight each other over, yeah. God. Elsa would win. I don't know, man. Well, I mean, as far as displays of power that we've seen, yeah, you're probably right, especially after the second film. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens if Alistair ever unclips his wings. Todd is so cute. Love foxes. I love foxes. I've always wanted them until I learned that they will pee when excited of any kind. Not to mark territory, but just if excited. They'll just start spewing everywhere. Like a fucking sprinkler going off. And I'm like, maybe not. That Joker Carnage team-up would be wild. Cool idea. Hell yeah. Started watching you preview Real Rejects and others because of Johnny Odell. Johnny Odell and his collages have really helped bring people in, man. And it's been a huge boon. That's for sure. I assume Sean because it's set in Germany and that's how I've heard it said here. I've always said Jean, but I don't know. I've never actually heard it said out loud. Other people, and even like we're watching other people react to it. There's always people fighting because they don't know how to say it either. Plan on finally watching New Mutants because of, anyways. How would you leave the theaters because she is in it? Who are we talking about? Flash, like System Flash on your browser, or the superhero? The superhero. I love Sorta Stupid. The dynamic is always so fun in every show and movie they react to. Hell yeah. What happened to Gaiman? Just Google it. You got Google? Look it up. I'm not doing it this time. Fuck you guys. Is there any chance Boyd will be back in season 2 of The Sandman? mean, doubt it. Maybe. I don't know. But I would say I doubt it. I did really like his character. I'm right there with you on that one. If you were a citizen in the world of DC, which city would you want to live in? Star City, Metropolis, Central City, or Gotham? Central City. The Flash, even his villains are mostly kind of respectful in a weird way. There's like a code of honor with him and his rogues. I feel like Central City would probably be the safest. Metropolis has Superman, but Superman invites like some world-ending cataclysmic villains, so and Gotham just sucks ass. And see, definitely did that, and from the comments, it worked. Hell yeah. I mean, you never know what's offensive in a few years. That's also very true. I'm a huge fan of Legos. I have the HZD tail neck. I don't know what that is. If you're a fan of Gary Oldman, I highly recommend watching The Slow Horse, in which he plays a lead of one of the leads. Or plays lead / one of the leads. That sounds kind of familiar. Is that like a detective thing? I don't remember. Twisters? Addict? Fuck. See, Twisters is now, it's still in theaters though. I still have the option to see it in theaters. But then, you know, obviously I still got to get around to Addict. But I can also react to Twisters right now. It is on digital. Let me guess, was he in X-Files? Are we talking about Kyle Gallner? As far as I know, he wasn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was too young to be in, well, not that that matters, because there was like a 8-year-old Shia LaBeouf in one episode. But I'm pretty damn confident he was never in X-Files. Yeah, no, okay. But who knows, like, it could have been one of those situations where I wasn't familiar enough with him at the time that maybe I wouldn't have recognized him. Do you think that we get a season 4 or part 4 of that 90s show? I kind of hope, we do. I don't know how well it's rounded out. I'm not sure what the agreement was for the first 3 parts. But I would love for them to keep going as long as they got stories to tell. Husker playing that smooth jazz in the background. Where there's a whip, there's a way is a song from a movie that you can find on YouTube. Okay. Would Alexandra Daddario make a good Wonder Woman or Zatanna? That name sounds familiar. Oh, god damn it. Wonder Woman? Maybe not. But Zatanna? I'm not going to say I wouldn't be. I'd be into that idea. Rolling around in the weeds, dirt, and dandelions, absolutely nowhere. Think Mr. Bean meme. I've never seen Mr. Bean. I know of. Obviously, I know of it, but I've never actually sat through a Mr. Bean production. It's supposed to be, used to be called Nani no Anime, since they used to be an anime channel before they moved to Western cartoons. That makes sense. That sounds vaguely familiar. Please give me a song to learn on piano. Dearly Beloved from Kingdom Hearts. Go! Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. You too, Horse Lover. Thank you for stopping in. I assume Anya Taylor-Joy in New Mutants. I mean, I guess. I would assume so. But I didn't want to assume. Vincent D'Onofrio said that there is a scene in Daredevil Born Again where his character does something that he's surprised made the cut. Like even more violent than the OG. I wonder how bad it could be. I don't know, man. They hyped up the violence in Echo, but he didn't. Like, they did, the people behind it. And it wasn't as bad as like they were making it sound. But if he thinks it's bad and he thinks it's surprised that it's past the cut because he was actually there for all the other stuff, I'm very intrigued. About you, not me. Watch the New Mutants already. I come to you for answers. No, You tweaking? I'm not tweaking. They also sound like they're screaming when it's mating season. Urban foxes used to terrify me in the middle of the night. Yeah, the fucking sounds, like the variety of sounds the foxes make is ridiculous. You know, that song, What Does the Fox Say? You know, for all of its weirdness, they make all of those sounds, which is ridiculous. Found it sort of was once an no anime about a year ago. I think somebody beat you to it a minute ago. Stupid. Ooh. Old school Disney did occasionally destroy souls. Bambi, Fox and the Hound, Hunchback, Dumbo. I don't remember Dumbo enough. Whatever happened there. Sorry, the game Horizon Zero Dawn Lego made a tall neck from the game. Oh, cool. Stupid London foxes. My stupid thumb pressed in too early. Crawls into hole. To never return. Or to end up in Wonderland. Who knows? You know, that bear at the end of The Fox and the Hound was terrifying back as a kid. Like, homie was a threat. Yes, it was. Good God. And the way that was animated was so good. Here we go. We got another one. Did you hear about Ted Lasso renewed for season 4? We did, and I'm excited. I think YouTube deleted my comment for some reason, but I asked if there were any panels you've been to in the past month. I went to a Helluva Boss panel I did two. There's two panels I went to because it's the same weekend. When me and my brother went to Steel City Con, we attended a John C. McGinley panel. You know, the Dr. Cox from Scrubs. You know, it was just him, and that was a lot of fun. Excited for the revival that's coming out next year. And then the day after was the Helluva Boss panel at Huntington Comic Con for, and it was Brandon Rogers, Bryce Pinkham, and Erica Lindbeck. And that was super fun. Yeah, Slayer is a kind of a detective feature, MI5, I think, and Slow Horses. If you give me a couple minutes, I'll copy paste the premise into the chat. Yeah, I think I remember seeing like a trailer for it whenever it was about to come out. Ooh, wrong account. This is Caleb. No problem, man. Am I an Narnia fan? I've only personally read the first book. And I like the first movie a lot. The second one was okay, and then I just kind of fell off after that. More addicted to Pedro or Taylor Swift. Yeah, I did it again. The song I was talking about come from the Rankin and the Boss of the Return of the King. Slow Horse is an administrative purgatory for MI5 service rejects who have bungled their job but have not been sacked. Those consigned there are known as slow horses, to put a pun on the sloth house. They are expected to endure dull, paper-pushing tasks, along with the occasional mental abuse from their miserable boss, Jackson Lamb, who expects them to quit out of boredom or frustration. Life in the sloth house is defined as drudgery, yet the slow horses somehow get involved in investigating schemes endangering Britain. I mean, it sounds interesting. Season 4 of Slow Horse. It's already in season 4? Jesus Christ. I feel like that was just announced. I just feel like I saw the first trailer for that, like, not that long ago. Season 4 comes out in November. The season is based off a series of books, and each season is 6 episodes, renewed for a 5th. Interesting. Might have to check that out one of these days. Do you prefer Alien or Predator franchise? Predator. I'm always a Predator guy. Track record wise, I mean, there's less Predator films, technically. Not technically, definitely. But batting average right now, it might be a little even. Actually, no. I think Alien's got a better track record overall, but as like creature to creature, I've always been a Predator guy. The first movie is one of my favorites all time. Got a hippity hop. Have a stupendous rest of the stream and a rest of the weekend, everybody. Take it easy, Bex. Looks like everybody's peacing out here. It is like we are 10 minutes over, and we are at the end of chat. Oldman plays Jackson Lamb, by the way. Ah, okay. Can you guess why your Love Lies Bleeding reaction didn't get as many views as your other videos? Women. I don't know. I don't know. it doesn't have the attention any of the other ones do. I really don't know. There's probably a multitude of reasons. Seen OG Terminator for the first time this week, seen bits of it, not all, just a while, but damn, does it hold up pretty well. Well paced and well done. See, where with Aliens, Alien and Aliens, it's a toss-up for me for whichever one I like more in a given moment. But for me, my favorite Terminator movie is hands down Judgment Day. The first film I think is all right. I think it's fine. It's definitely, those two are still the best in the franchise as a whole. But it's not as close of a race for me between the sequel and the original for me. Saw a clip of Zootopia 2 recently, and I'm so excited since it's one of my favorite Disney movies. I really like the first one. So I'm curious to see what they do with the next. Have I seen Prey? I have a reaction to Prey on the channel, so why yes, I have. What about an Alien versus Predator with no humans? I would love to see that done from the perspective of our Predator, because that would be the only real way to do that. And I would be totally all for that. I think the Predator movie with Adrian Brody is really good. It's kind of underrated. Prey is my favorite, though. My favorite's the first, and yes, Predators is not that bad. The Predator kind of sucks. Predator 2, I think, is underrated. I quite enjoy Predator 2 with Danny Glover. And then Prey is just awesome. Prey is probably my second favorite Predator film. I'm a fan of Alien, so Alien Isolation is one of my favorite games. Alien Isolation is just a really fucking good game. I loved it. When I broke my hand, that was like the only game I could play. I beat that whole game while my hand was healing. Reverse Flash, pre-Eobard Days scene, Flash Museum. I'm touching myself. Bye, Omni. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Got to get up early because cinema. Bye, bye, bye. AVP Predator VR game, but from Predator POV. It could work, but I don't know if I would be too into it. Then again, I've not really played that many VR games. I've played like one. I played a little Beat Saber once, and I think that was it. I want to do more VR. If I could find the time and get the equipment for it. But yeah, anyway, we have reached the end of the chat. Thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend. You didn't know I reacted to Prey? Yeah, I did. I was like I'm not making that up, right? I'm not fucking Mandela-ing myself. Yeah, movie reaction, Prey. Yeah, it's on there. I was like, I'm not hallucinating, right? I did do it, yeah. Yeah, so go check it out. But everybody else, hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to go get some dinner and run a couple errands and then get back into the grind for that 90 show. And then we'll figure out how things go for the rest of the week. But love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.